end here in top 4. So the finals is Ruby Sapphire, piloted by Travis, versus Emerald Amethyst,
Eric.
piloted by Eric. That's
Wow.
going to be a fantastic final round. Both people we've seen on stream already today as well. Man, what a final epic showdown. 100%. I feel like, honestly, though, that matchup feels right for this tournament to be the final round.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's really good. I think that we're going to see Travis won both games against Greg, which means Travis is 10-0 in games today. So that's a pretty strong show out for that deck.
Yeah.
So he just 2-0'd Eric's deck. So we're going to see how he pilots this one in this last one. And again, this is all the notes. I'm taking all the notes this game because both players are playing the decks that I like the most at the best toppest level right now. Let's see what they do. Travis, notoriously for the last game we saw, had a very, very, very slow start, but then a crazy explosive ending, right?
Yeah.
And then we saw Eric have a very, very, very strong start and a way to kind of slow the opponent down in that same time. So is that disparity going to be enough for Eric to close the gap too much? You know what I mean? And it really will depend on if Eric gets the good cards in the beginning. We're talking Curse Mowerfolk, Flynn Rider, and then Ursula. Both Ursulas really would be fantastic in this situation. And then just some, casual ink would be great.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to how Travis responds to this deck, right?
Yeah.
He just beat it in top 4, so we know it's possible.
Yeah.
But again, like we saw in the top 4 match here in the feature match area, Eric did it the last round. He can do it again. Just go more aggressive, and it can be tough for Ruby Sapphire to set up. So again, these early turns are going to be integral in determining the entire course of the rest of this match.
Yep. 100%. In the background of Travis's, you see Michael State. That is going to be our resident judge for this event, who has been helping us out with all the judge calls today. Since it is the final match and there is only one going on, why not just sit in and hang out and catch that match right up close and personal? So he is there just in case anything happens. He will make sure hopefully no misplays happen in any regard, and if they do, he'll catch them like a fly on doo-doo.
Yes. For anybody who's joining, Eric is playing Emerald Amethyst, and Travis over here is playing Ruby Sapphire. Travis was able to beat out Eric, who we had previously seen on stream multiple times today, with his own Emerald Amethyst, making these two our finalists today, and they are going to battle it out for that champion playmat. Probably a lot of pressure in the back of their heads, but you know what? They've both been doing phenomenally today, piloted these decks to the best of their ability, some of the best matches we saw in the feature match area today. So good luck to the both of them. Travis going to ink a Tamatoa, play a Popsicle, and pass.
Really important to know what cards people are inking this game, because again, how they're playing these decks. If you're like me, you're gonna use this tomorrow or next week or whenever to try to win your next locals, whatever it is. If you're gonna change your deck, so what they play, what they mulligan, so crucial. Playing that Chernobog's follower, Tamatoa, then inking Bell. Oh,
yeah,
brutal. No, you're not going to see him for a while, so why not? So he's like, go ahead. This
it is
Travis
the right move.
loves this play. Popsicle 1 jump 2. What is it? 3? Probably a fishbone if he has it.
I'm seeing be prepared. How far I'll go. So the ramp is not stopping here. After that, just gonna play a Chernobog's followers here.
All right, inking a Fox. Chernobog's not going to activate the ability on quest.
And that Ursula Deceiver, that's what we want to see.
Oh,
that is a
songs.
hard choice. And he has the fishbone. So you have to consider that. He has the fishbone. So, and the Hiram. So he's going to be drawing cards. He's going to be inking cards. I think if I'm here, I get rid of the How Far I'll Go, honestly.
I was going to say I get rid of the 1 jump ahead because they essentially have the same function where they're going to feed the inkwell. The How Far I'll Go lets him choose which is more important. However, How Far I'll Go costs more, which means that if he plays it, he doesn't allow himself to do anything else. The 1 jump ahead has a little bit more versatility.
I could see that. I think Fishbone Quill costs 3, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it still wouldn't be super relevant. I think how far we go, How Far I'll Go is the right choice, but again, I think you kind of have to. You're picking between 2 poisons, right?
For sure.
That's a god hand there for Travis.
Oh, for sure. Like, he has seriously got such a good hand. Another bell to the inkwell. Fishboning away what seemed... Was it the other 1 jump ahead?
Yep. And
Possibly.
then
I think it was.
yeah, so I mean, just gonna already be at 5 lore, but this is when Eric really has to start worrying, right? Because if he gets that higher amount, suddenly all this discarding that he's been doing, not that big a deal. Travis
Yeah.
doesn't care. So you really gotta start to focus. What's my next move if you're Eric, right?
100%.
Does he have any cards in hand?
I don't know. That's a good
Where-
question. If he does, they're tight. You did refer to the ink as Lorgan. I hate to be that guy, but
No, I did not.
You did. You said
I
five.
already failed my
5
mission.
lore. Yeah, it was your one job.
The
It's
ink
okay.
tells the lore. So okay, so I was gonna say there's definitely no way he has no cards in hand.
Crap, what happened?
Yeah, no. Eric also has a really good hand. I'm seeing friends. I think that's a Rafiki in hand. I see a Flynn Rider. That might be 2 friends, honestly. There's to be Ursula. All right. Man, you want the last round to be a one that ends in fireworks, though. So I'm happy to see this.
100%. John Lee in the background, trying to see the difference in his deck because that is the same colors he just lost to that person with. So he wants to see if Travis pulls out the win. He's like, "Well, hold on, what did you do different than I didn't?"
All right, he is gonna use the secondary effect here on Chernabog. So I think if you're Travis here, you want to get the higher amount. Yeah, there you go. Just start discarding that popsicle, drawing more cards, refueling your engine. I'm
Maui's
seeing,
nice.
yeah, Maui, Dragon. Man, Travis's hand is just really good. Still got that Be Prepared as well.
Travis did draw a lot better than John. That is very true. So that is quite a big advantage.
I think you mean Eric there, my good friend.
Travis, as far as John, the chat, it was talking about John.
Oh, I apologize.
it's
I
okay.
apologize. You know what? I just really wanted to get one up. On
I know you did. I hate to not let you, but just you got to earn it here. All right, so Fishbone out, a second Fishbone out. I mean, I don't know. I guess because he has the higher arm, he kind of is assuming he's gonna have the card draw, so he's just gonna bust it away anyway. Yeah, that's really what he's doing. I was like, well, I'm not using 2 Fishbones. You got to have a lot of cards in hand to make that work.
Well, so if I have a card in my hand that costs 3 ink that says draw 4 cards, I'm playing that. Or actually, it costs 0 in this situation.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. That's just a little bit good.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Goat, you got Merfolk. The problem is, the longer you let that harem stay out on the field without response and 2 Fishbone Quills, you're going to be in a world of hurt the second Travis gets some kind of bomb. So you really want to hurry up and start applying pressure ASAP.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to go wide here. The problem is Eric knows he has Be Prepared in hand. That's why we're not seeing that. So something like Goat is probably good, but you're really kind of in this lock until you can get rid of. I mean, a way to bounce that Ursula, I think, would be one of the best things that Eric could have.
100%.
So you could just get rid of that Be Prepared because it's just a constant threat.
Yeah.
And until you do that, I'm just gonna keep questing, keep drawing new cards.
Was that a fox in his hand? Does he have the bounce in his hand?
I can't.
I swear it's a fox.
If it is, I think he probably should have bounced the Ursula.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done instead of the Goat. That's just me personally.
All right, so
now he's gonna
coming
come
out.
in. He's gonna take care of the Ursula. Yeah, that's kind of like a really huge failsafe Travis has built in against this green-purple deck too, is the discard doesn't bother you as much when you have things like Fishbone Quill and Hiram out on the first turns of the game.
For sure.
Gonna use his brain real quick. And it's like a Let It Go, and was that a Scar? Oh, it's a Queen.
I think it's a Queen. I could be wrong.
I think you probably picked the Queen here.
Yeah, I like the Queen better here for sure, but a Let It Go is decent for Maui if you want to have like another like use for him that isn't just recklessly into something. I do think that having I think he did take the Let It Go just to ink it anyway.
The only reason I was thinking of, okay, no,
Oh, no,
I think he did. I was gonna say, yeah, the Rush Queen can attack it into. He's not gonna take out the Ursula, really. I disagree with that play. I think that the Ursula is 100% a problem.
We couldn't take it out though because he would only have 2, so he would still have 1 health left. So I don't think he had a way to actually take it out. So he didn't want to leave any damage on it.
I don't know why I thought the Ursula had 1 damage on it. I'm at a loss.
It's been 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
All right.
You're getting all these ones on me at the end here. All right, gonna ink. This is still a really, even with Ursula staying, this is still a really tough. And he does have
There
the
we go.
bounce, so I guess you were right. I think he probably should have done that last turn.
Yeah.
But you know what? He might have wanted to wait, not waste it until he could play it in the same turn. Get rid of that. Be prepared.
I think that Be Prepared got sent to the old inkwell.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's even better. In that case, you really want to start putting upon pressure here. If you're Eric, I don't see any other really out. Because the longer you wait,
Yeah,
this
you
is
can't
like it's
wait
now or
anymore.
never,
Yeah,
right?
For sure. For sure, it's now or never.
You
With
have-
that
you-
goat, I mean, you just turn it sideways. But if you turn it sideways, you know it's going away to the Maui. So, is it worth it?
honestly, kind of a genius play by Travis because he probably was knowing that Eric's gonna want to play around my Be Prepared with Ursula. It can get discarded anytime. Let me just ink it away and make you wonder if I still have it.
Yeah. One of the greatest parts about Fishbone is not having to tell your opponent, "Hey, I just inked this thing."
Yep.
I think that is, if I ever have the ability to, if I'm only gonna ink and I'm not gonna use the Fishbone, I just use the Fishbone anyway and pretend I had to use it.
Because if Eric knew that he did not have the Be Prepared and he just played out,
Another line in his
two
hand,
like Flynn Rider, 2 Merfolk,
yeah,
and now he's questing for like 9 lore on this turn. Like
Yeah.
that's a really big pressure for Travis to deal with.
for sure.
But he played around the Be Prepared that wasn't even necessary. So
Yep.
that's the power of information there.
Too prepared. You know what I mean?
How prepared is too prepared?
That prepared. Let's see. I think that now we're trying to see Travis see if is there anything left for him to do in this turn? It's Travis's turn, right? I'm not tripping. No, it's not Travis's turn yet. That's why. We have-
that is a good move though. I mean, he's just gonna keep drawing cards, and now he's down to 1 card. I mean,
Yeah.
this is your opportunity, right, to start to shift. Next turn, if Travis doesn't have a good draw, what does he got in here? He has Develop Your Brain,
gonna
which that's a
say.
pretty good one.
Is the other one the
But
Moana?
if he can't get anything, Eric has a real opportunity to just go really hardcore wide here and kind of turn
the
it
other
over.
card is Hiram.
Okay, so maybe not as good as it could have been. But
All right, so
and especially, yeah,
Popsicle.
okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
That's good.
Never mind anything I just said. But
We have Hiram coming out and
yep, there we go.
getting
And
that card draw back in line.
that's the power.
Oh, be prepared. Oh, okay, that's a good fail safe to keep you back on track if you really need it. I
Yep.
like that. Another Maui too, which is good. I mean, he definitely. I mean, Travis is still. I'm not counting either one of these players out for a second until the game's over because both of these players have been doing so good. He forgot to draw off Popsicle. That is a good point. Unfortunate for him.
Is that a Mando or is that a May?
No, that's a May. That's like he definitely missed that, unfortunately.
Row, accepted game state. See ya.
Yeah, definitely a lot of the. Unfortunately, with Lorcana and being able to like do things in kind of like whatever order you want, it kind of gets easy to get lost in the sauce, especially if you're like your brain's going like 5 different directions. Like I got ADD brain. It's like doing 5 things and trying to converge on one topic.
Yeah, it is a May trigger, so unfortunately, just gonna miss that there. But Eric just going ahead with the plan to just go wide. That's what I think is the right move here. Gonna play out the Ursula as well. Quest with small Ursula. Go to 8 lore. So he is putting pressure, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can't. If you're Travis, you have to find what your end game is soon. But the problem is here, Eric doesn't know. Travis has to be prepared.
Nice. Gonna get rid of the fishbone. Grab a couple extra cards. Lucky Dime is not bad.
I would have to agree. Not too shabby.
Now, does he ink and do the Be Prepared? Does he still have Be Prepared? What happened to Be Prepared? I think it looks like a scar now. Ooh, he's so fast.
If it's not a Be Prepared, then Eric actually has a chance to turn this around here.
Yeah.
He's questing for 6 next turn. That's a 2-turn clock.
All right, so it looks like Medusa is going to come out to take out the Ursula.
Okay.
Okay. That's an interesting play. So still allowing 5 lore. That'll put him at 13 if he goes sideways. Looking at his hand, I don't see why he wouldn't.
If he just goes even wider and plays a couple more things, he's still threatening lethal next turn.
2 to 12 on the board right
Again,
now.
it's really tough if you're in Eric's position to do that, knowing that Be Prepared could be around any corner.
Yeah, that's also rough when you got, like, Travis made that mistake, and you're like, oh, an extra card would be so good for you.
Mm-hmm. All right, gonna see what Eric decides here.
I want to say it's still Travis's turn. Is it Eric? Still hasn't gone and set his ink yet, so I assume so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like sleeves on a deck that are really cool, or kind of like awesome decals on a car that make your car 5 horsepower faster for every cool decal. It makes your deck like that much stronger the better your sleeves are. It's a little unknown fact about Lorcana. Tokyo Disneyland.
They're from Tokyo Disneyland. Oh, wow. That's really cool. Jasmine is, again, top tier princess. So Aladdin's my favorite Disney movie. So pretty cool to see.
It's a very good movie. One of the few live actions that I actually really, really enjoy, other than Jasmine's new song from the live action. And there comes that Scar coming down.
Just putting in work and it discarded the Lucky Dime and the Maui to make that happen. But again,
that's fine because his board is still pretty good. He's going to get off that double quest, so now he's up to 4.
This is tough to say because it comes down to what that last card is in Travis's hand, right? Because he's out of items to use with Hiram.
He definitely didn't want to have to get rid of those 2 cards. And maybe Eric not getting those in his opening hand maybe helped him because he was able to capitalize on them later. Oh, let's see what that card is. It's a Tamatoa.
He has the crab, so we...
Okay.
That's, he's totally fine. He can get any of those items back now. So that tells Eric, you gotta hurry up right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's about to get out of control real fast because that Tamatoa with the dime.
But he's just gonna go, okay, I'm gonna play a bunch of stuff and hope, I'm sorry.
You're good.
And hope you can't beat me. So what is he questing for right now? He's questing for 5, 6. Still not enough.
Ooh, Queen's Castle. If you could have got that down this turn, that would have been huge. So it like slows down the opponent just enough, I think.
Again, though, he can win in 2 turns if...
Yeah.
It's tough, though, because if you go sideways, Scar's just going to kill everything. You could kill Hiram here and make it so you can't draw off him.
Yeah. It looks like he is going to... Is he going to do that? Or
You have to
just put the damage and then move on? Interesting. He can't kill it, so he's just going to...
Yeah, he played the Ursula this turn, so...
Wow. Well, never great to have to leave the damage on like that, but it does allow you something in the next turn. He's just looking ahead. He still has enough on the board to be problematic if he gets the right cards. Like if he has a goat and a bounce in hand, he's still, I mean, that's damn near lethal. It's so close.
I actually think that maybe it is actually the correct move. You're right, to just quest with everything, because he's at 18 then, so then if he attacks him with Scar against something like Merfolk, he has to discard. Something to think about.
Yeah, I definitely don't know, because it's one of those things where both players have to be conscious of the other player's tactics, but not play around them to the point of like stopping what they normally would do. And I think that right now we're kind of running into you can either play around like certain things or you can just play into it. And I think Eric's like, I'm gonna just play into it and hope for the best, because I think that's the best play right here. He still has the 3 lore, putting him to 17. He does not have the goat in hand this time, and he could always draw into it. He has the friends on the other side. He still has enough ink to be able to ink, play friends, and cast goat if he draws it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yeah, if he had quested with that fox and then quests this turn, he'll be at 18.
Yeah.
That's much easier to achieve 18 to 20 than 17 to 20. That's
For sure.
a matter of one character or two.
Especially when you have Tamatoa threatening to bring that dime back. And he'll do it next turn and then activate.
I mean, it looks on paper like, oh, Travis still has 15 lore to go. That is not hard to do once
Nah.
you get Tamatoa up and going with Lucky Dime.
We saw Travis pop off earlier with that.
Yeah, when I made that suggestion about Hiram, I was thinking Ursula, but she had summoning sickness, so I don't think that is the right move. I think he probably should have quested with the Mim there.
Yeah, I agree. Well, he couldn't have quested with it because he just dropped the Mim down. So
it had Rush?
It was Rush.
I think then you just don't do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can, Lorcana is one of those where you really don't want to leave damage on a character, and it doesn't benefit you too much. You know what I mean? To set up an attack for next turn, unless you have something like a be prepared or a grab your swords ready to go, hoping for that goat. What do we get?
Yeah, because you also have Goat to get you out of this too. You know.
Yeah. All right, so we got a. All right, so no goat. We got rabbits, Mims. He got a Queen's Castle, Ursula Deceiver. He could potentially stop any kind of song being played with that Ursula. Looks like that's what he's gonna do. He's torn. Ooh, okay.
Gonna bounce with.
Okay.
So if he plays it back down, that's lethal, threatening lethal, but it's assuming
No be
Travis
prepared.
destroys nothing.
Oh, he's gonna make sure no be prepared.
Oh. And he knows for sure, but he does have the Maui, but he doesn't have an answer.
If only he could get that friggin' I think he hasn't inked yet. He could still get the no, he has.
Here, but this is the exact situation I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
So like Eric now has to try to find a way to get another lore on the table. If he had just not attacked with that Madam Mim, he would have the 4 lore he needed.
Yep. So Eric gonna quest again, bringing him up again. So
17, but I mean, I think it might not be enough. But again, Travis has to really start putting work
he has to be
into
prepared.
figuring out what his win con is going to be. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he has the Tamatoa. He has to start setting that up. But it's going to give Eric a couple turns if he's just relying on Tamatoa's ability. Okay, so we are going to see him use it. It's going to be curious. Yeah, he's going to grab the popsicle. Makes sense. Now, I do see the argument now is the good thing about putting that damage on Hiram is if he tries to quest here and start drawing up again, Hiram is in KO range for pretty much anything. Ursula kills with 2 hits. Snake, any of them.
all right, so he's gonna get that ink for 7, so that way he's gonna use, looks like 6 though. All right. Ooh. That is a scary board.
Now, Eric still has an out. If he can find a goat,
Yep.
he could still win this.
Yep.
But I think if he doesn't find it this turn, he is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because next turn we got 1,
He
2,
has the Mother
3.
Knows Best. Does he have the goat?
Oh my gosh.
If he has goat, he wins.
See, Mother Knows Best is fine, but I think people are kind of sleeping on Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo with a goat. As that would be the 3 lore he needs. You play, you Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, you bounce, you put back down. That's 3 in 1 turn. No one's seeing that coming. I think that may be a tech instead of the bounce. All right, so if we go into the next turn, Travis is going to quest for 1, 2, 3. Looks like he's gonna quest for another 3 with Tamatoa, so that'll be 6. And then once he goes up to that, then Tamatoa will bring back the dime. He'll play the dime, use the dime, and then get another 4, so that'll be 10. Oh my god, that puts him at 1 away.
That's he's 1 short. So, but even if he ends up being 1 short, Eric has to have lethal to respond with, right? So
But he needs that goat so bad. It's crazy.
Is he gonna use the Mother Knows Best to try to draw again off the rabbit?
Yep. Oh,
Putting
big
the
play.
Tamatoa back to hand.
That's really important because now
And he plays the Merfolk. Okay, this
Wow.
is really
That is spicy.
That's great. He can't afford to play the Lucky Dime on the same turn he hardcast a Tamatoa.
I love that play right there so freaking much. That was such a smart move. I didn't even see the Tamatoa being taken out as an option, and Mother Knows Best, I was just seeing it as like something to use on your own board. But yeah, no, that's why it's great. It's because you can do both.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. He's gonna knock out the Fishbone Quill with the Hiram. Gonna go ahead and
The pendulum swinging back and forth on this really exciting final round here.
There goes Be Prepared for sure. Yep. All right. Woo! If he top decks a goat.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of...
Man. All right, so now he's going to go ahead and play down the Grandma Tala. Get a little bit more. Ooh, oh, that's a nice one. Maleficent Dragon. Normally not that great. We haven't seen it at all today, to be honest. It's kind of one of those cards a lot of people are cutting, but in this matchup right now, it could help him out a ton.
I actually really like Maleficent Dragon. Looks like he might... Chat is saying, I think it might have been. He might have missed a trigger there from Be Prepared killing a rabbit.
Oh,
that could
that's
be
rough.
hugely relevant.
Especially because Eric was so
Wait,
keen
is
on
it
his
not
card draw.
Chinese movie?
No,
No.
it's a May. Wait, is it a May? When the rabbit leaves, is it a May?
I believe it is.
Merlin, what is it, the rabbit?
Yep.
Rabbit, yeah.
One,
You may draw a
may.
card. Yes,
It
but
is a
no,
May
it's-
trigger on the
it's
rabbit,
a
so
myth-
that is
it's a misplay.
unfortunate.
it's an ape.
It's in April.
All right. Let's
Gonna
see
just play
here.
Kid. I'm wearing a Rescue Rangers hat too, so I should know Disney afternoon stuff. It's late, chat. I apologize.
All right, Eric really trying to give Travis his first L of the day, tying them up. One loss. Developing the brain, really digging. Oh, another Tamatoa, but that's not going to help him out. Got the Hiram for the card draw, which he's going to need.
That Mother Knows Best on the Tamatoa was brilliant.
So good. I could have won him the game for sure. Because I mean, you're at this point, you have to play something that gets rid of these other cards or win. You know what I mean? He's just every turn, win. Like Travis is backed on a corner right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
God,
Do you
I'm
think
like,
we get
this-
Rescue Rangers or Darkwing Duck first? Oh man, I think both of those are such good properties.
What were you just saying about Maleficent Dragon?
Yeah,
coming
there it
in
goes.
like
Get rid of the Kit Cloud Kicker. Not gonna allow any extra card draw off that rabbit. Look at that.
I'm just confirming that we do Eric definitely plays Goat.
Four of them,
Man,
and
he
it
just
hasn't
needs
seen it.
one. He just needs one. Travis really making him earn this. Gonna quest with the Grammatala, go to 13.
All right. Eric's turn for the draw. Is it a goat? I don't think it was, or he would have just thrown it down.
Yeah, he would have just
so-
quested Goat and then won. That or he's really slow playing.
Oh, so he still could. It looks like a fox is in his hand. He quests with Merlin, hit the fox, get the card, could draw it. Oh, looks like
So
it's
it's gonna go
exactly
to
what we're
19.
do.
God, this is a nail biter
For
right at the
sure, man.
end.
1, 2, 3, 4. Because you got another 4 coming in from Travis. That'll put him at 17. He has enough ink to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's enough to he could potentially get it, squeak it out if he gets the right card. He might be one shy though.
Is he gonna? Oh, is that bounce in his hand? He could bounce, and then get bounce back the Maleficent Dragon maybe. But I don't know if you'd want to do that actually, because then he would.
He's gonna bounce. He's gonna bounce. He's gonna bounce.
He
He's
get the
gonna bounce.
trigger again though.
There's the.
No, I think
so-
I think that's the right choice because
Yeah,
you don't
for
want
sure.
to let him Maleficent again.
For
If you
sure.
end up having to try to get, and he doesn't get the go.
Oh, you know he's so frustrated right now. 'cause
Oh
it's just
my
the one card
God.
you need.
playing the rabbit again. Did he draw it? Friends, he doesn't get it.
That's crazy.
That's brutal. I think in this case you probably just play Flynn, or if you have an.
Yeah, just in case a Medusa comes down or something like that.
Did he
you don't
ink
wanna-
this turn? Because he could potentially play Rafiki and something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just have to go wide, I think, and then pray. Yep. That's all you can do. Does Travis have a response here, though?
No, but he does have a billion ink.
And he has a lot of cards in hand. I mean,
Okay. So 6 and 6 he has. Oh, could he do both? I think he has enough for both.
he has plenty of ink. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. God, Eric has to be screaming that he hasn't drawn a goat at this point.
Oh, he's saying it.
Oh.
Whoa, he's gonna be able to flood that board. I was
What?
just talking about how no one sings "Be Prepared" anymore.
Singing, be prepared.
8 for Tamatoa. Oh
Hard
my god,
casting the Tamatoa.
it's got to be the dime,
Lucky
right?
dime.
It's got to be the dime,
No
right?
way. No way. He's gonna get.
Oh shoot!
I mean, he doesn't have any items in play right now, though. So
Ink. He's gonna play the dime. Oh man, he just said next turn I win.
draw. If Eric draws a goat here, he has 4 in
Come on.
deck.
Come on. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's so brutal.
That's so brutal. That's so brutal. You gotta cast friends and you gotta hope.
Oh my god, he has friends.
Yep.
And he has Yzma. Okay, if he doesn't get this.
All right, so he's reading the triggers. Needs to figure out if there's gonna be enough. Oh, Yzma away the Tamatoa. You mean?
He could.
Okay, 'cause
if nothing else works. But he
yeah.
could also Yzma his own stuff.
I think Yzma away the Tamatoa for sure right now.
But really, hopefully he hardcasts friends and can. Well,
But if
how
you
much- how
hard
mu-
cast friends, you have 1, 2, 3.
You-
You have to ink. He still has enough. He could ink something else. Hard cast friends. Hope for the best. It doesn't work out. You throw the Yzma down.
think you
That's
have
the
to-
play I do.
I think hardcast friends has to be the first play of the game.
Okay, there
on
it
this
is.
Turn. Well,
Pretty
this
sure
is-
he forgot to draw off Rabbit on that B prep again.
And he gets to
Oh,
go.
let's go!
Oh,
That's crazy!
The look of relief in Eric's face there.
Oh my god, he has been searching for that goat for so freaking long. Wow.
Game 1 going
Wow.
to Eric with Emerald Amethyst.
The goat, dude. Oh my god. That was so stressful.
It literally
So stressful.
came down to the last turn.
Man, if only he would have used those 2 card draws, he would have had that 2 turns ago and we wouldn't have been raising our blood pressure over here.
I mean, what a great first game of this last round. I mean,
Now,
that's what you want for the finals.
I don't know if it's the dad in me or the gamer in me, but I want to go run over to Eric and be like, "Hey man, you got to make sure to get your B prep rabbits just for next game. Don't forget those again."
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying it's the inside that I want to. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, "Oh my god, you got to remember that. That's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
That could have literally been the end of your game right there."
Yep.
So, the first game goes to Eric, which is Travis's first loss of the day.
Yeah.
And if you're Travis, you're like, "Oh shoot,
Yeah.
that's not good. I want 0 all day long." So, this could be if Emerald Amethyst wins this. It's gonna be. I know the Forbidden Mountain is gonna be covering it on his YouTube channel. We're probably gonna get Spessy talking about the deck list on his channel. I mean, like people are gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, people, I think we're sleeping on this deck a little bit. I mean, people always still considered it, right? It was always still considered a really strong potential deck, but it was kind of like in the background there, you know? It was kind of like that 4th, 5th place finisher, like, keep this in mind, kind of, and like, it's come out in full swing today and said, no, this is a top tier deck that needs to be always considered when you're playing these slower, grindier control matchups.
Yeah, 100%. Travis had 2 intentional draws. Those are the 2 you see on his record. So those are all just. I mean, he didn't. Him and his opponent just kind of came to that agreement, and I think that most people in the top 8 just went ahead and did that. It's a for sure thing. You drove all this way. You spent all this time. Well, you don't really want to risk it at that point if you don't have to. So I think that most people are in that same situation today.
I mean. And anybody's gonna ID to get into top cut.
And keep in mind, Eric beat out John to earn this spot when he wasn't in the top 8. He had to claw his way with that 1 loss and be the.
Yeah,
now he's positioned to be the victor right now.
That really dramatic round 6 was Eric's round to lose.
Yeah.
And we're into the second game of the second round, and things are going off fire fast. Cursed Merfolk here, and just a quick.
Double be prepared.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Double
brutal.
be prepared.
Oh, single be
but
prepared.
That is what you want to see if you are Eric.
Oh man, but it still has a really good hand. Travis is really getting lucky today. He's gotten his turn 1, 2, and 3 every time I've seen him play today.
You know, after today's tournament, I really think Ursula Deceiver is probably one of, if not the best card in Inklands.
Holy top of the list, man. She's so freaking effective. It's oh my gosh. I definitely think that it slows down your opponent to a crazy degree. And yes, getting rid of one of the be prepared is good, but I think he was wanting to get rid of like, something like a one jump ahead or something like that because that really hurts your opponent when you could slow down their initial ramp.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to see a Fishbone Quill here, though, so this is also what Travis wants to see. We have another game where both players have starts that they probably are very happy with. You don't necessarily want to see that Ursula Deceiver to get rid of the second Be Prepared. That's always a shame, but it's going to really come down to what else Travis has in hand, right? Because we know one of those cards is Be Prepared. What was the other card? Because Travis is also at risk of running out of steam if he can't seem to really kind of pull it all together, you know?
100%. I think that Travis
has the Maui, so let's.
Travis has shown that he is able to handle like being down, but it's not just about being down. It's about he's down at a really bad time to be down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you want to be. He's been up all day, so it's first time experiencing loss today. I mean, again, I've talked about this a lot today. Is the mental state of players. I think that plays a huge part into these games because you could be off mentally one day. Maybe you're thinking about some bad news you got, and then you go into a tournament. You're not going to do nearly as good as if you went into it super happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Travis has been moving and grooving today. Eric has been fighting it out all day long, trying to, stay in that spot. Because at one more loss, Eric would have, not had a chance.
Yeah. All right, we're going to see Snake here. Again, not a ton coming out of Travis. He really kind of has stalled out, unfortunately, it looks like. It looks like a Be Prepared and a Maui in hand. That's not really what you want. Really kind of want a way to draw more cards, ramp more cards, and that could really end here, depending on what Travis top decks. The pressure is on from Eric, requesting for 5 already on board. Going to come out with the Maui, get rid of that Ursula. That's very useful. Right, going to just simply ink with Fishbone and end turn. This is Eric's game to lose right now. Yeah. He has a really strong board presence.
Crazy strong.
Could potentially trade into the Maui if he can get that extra damage in somehow. I'm seeing a Queen's Castle in hand for Eric, which is crazy.
Now, so that Ursula's gone, he wasn't able to bounce it back.
Yeah, he attacked with Maui into the.
Oh, because he had another one.
And it's a Hiram.
Oh my gosh!
Honestly, could be relevant with that Fishbone Quill in play.
I would just like to point out Travis baited Ursula twice in a row on that Be Prepared. He had the second Be Prepared. He's gotten rid of it.
He did it again. Yeah,
he did it twice in a row. So that's obviously a line he's trying to use, and it's very smart. When if your opponent already has the knowledge, take away the knowledge, and you then kind of reclaim some of that advantage.
Again, now you don't have Be Prepared, and you're 100%. Facing down 2 cursed merfolk, so it's still a scary clock coming out of Eric's side of the field. Even if he has Hiram to draw more cards, even if he has Maui, I mean, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just turned sideways, I think. Yep, so...
He just played her.
Yeah, he just played Ursula, so yeah, gonna press for 3, go to 8.
So, I mean, 2 merfolks on the field at the same time. You're feeling good if you're Eric right now. That's beautiful. You know what I mean? You're pretty much saying, hey, if you don't have another Be Prepared from the 2 you've already gotten rid of, then good luck. And I believe is he running?
He's singing 4? How far I go. He's saying how far I'll go with Maui here.
He does run 4 Be Prepared, so he does have 2 more in the deck. Singing how far I'll go with Maui is a killer option. I love that.
Yeah,
I think that if you don't see more of that card, I will be blown away. You know what I mean? How far I'll go. What a sleeper.
It's been doing great work today.
What a sleeper. I almost want to see more of that Audra Ramirez card get a chance because she was I felt like that was a great thing that didn't get a really good chance to shine.
Yeah, we saw that in the Sapphire Steel deck a little bit earlier.
So
Again, though, Travis not really getting there. I mean, he can play the Hiram, get rid of the Fishbone, draw a couple more cards, but I mean,
Okay.
look at Eric's board right now. I mean,
Yeah. You got 3 ink left, 8 ink total for next turn. Gonna go ahead and pass. Ready, set, draw over here. We're gonna be looking at a easy 6 lore this turn if he wants to, which puts him at 14-0. Brutal.
Just enforcing that 2-turn clock here.
And if you're Eric, I mean, what you don't you that's what you do, right? I mean, you just turn sideways and then do whatever else you got to do.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, he wants that Ursula Deceiver.
If you want to bounce the Ursula is the only thing I was gonna say. He did not quest with the snake, but maybe he wants to attack with the snake.
Yeah,
he could also attack into the Maui.
2 going up another 4, so up to 12 now with with 4 ink. He does have the ability to play the Queen's Castle. It will lose to Maui and Hiram, but that means that the Cursed Merfolk will survive. So
it's tough because you have to remember you have to discard, and then you only got 2 cards. I mean, it's an impossible decision.
Yeah. All right. Gonna go ahead and throw them into the Maui.
2-1 into
and
the
then
Maui.
play the Queen's Castle? Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, wow.
Getting rid of his 1 response to location.
And moving. Oh, card draw. Oh, man. Love that. Love that. So now
he's
you're forcing the Hiram to attack instead of doing anything else.
And if you don't want him, if you can't kill the Queen's Castle next turn, if you want to make him not able to draw a card, you got to discard a card to attack that first Merfolk.
Oh, you definitely play the Scar for sure. So that gets the Queen's Castle.
Oh, he has another Maui in hand, I'm seeing. But he inks it. I guess for the Scar. But...
yeah. So that takes out the Merfolks, and then it also takes out the, or it doesn't take out, well, no, it does take out the Queen Castle because of the Hiram. Super good. Really crazy good play, and it does it without taking a single lick of damage.
That's crazy.
Swinging into Travis's favor, the game just instantly big change, big change. That was a crazy good play. I think that Scar is his backup. Be prepared for things that because it leaves him at the advantage, and I think that he knows that, and that's why he's not afraid to fishbone it away.
Yeah, and I mean this is where Eric not having any removals really gonna hurt him. Now that we're kind of in a top deck mode. Travis just has a better board state, right? He's questing for 3. Scar can kill pretty much anything Eric puts out on the field. And it really sucks because Eric only needs 8 lore. Ooh. Oh, that is not what you want to see if you're Eric. Great move for Travis there with the Tamatoa. Gonna start pulling out those fishbone quills and things of that nature.
Dang.
Just gonna quest. Yeah, go to 3. Well, we asked for fireworks for our final round, and we sure are getting them, so can't complain there.
That is a very smart way to play that. Going into this next turn, we're going to get the play off of the Fishbone Quill. Tamatoa quest for 2, Scar quest for 2, Hiram quest for 1, and banishes the Fishbone Quill. Tamatoa will probably bring back, I think there's it may actually not be a popsicle for him to bring back. What's the play there? Do you fishbone and then Hiram first, or do you fishbone and then Tamatoa first?
I think you have so much ink at this point, and your opponent is like threatening to have some kind of push here. I think you probably just Hiram first, in my opinion.
Yeah. So 2 Ursulas down on the field. All of a sudden, not looking so good for Eric. That Scar play was massive.
Yeah, for sure. Fishbone Quill coming out. Yep, just going to quickly Hiram draw some cards here.
Definitely you see the aggro parts of Eric's deck giving Travis a big run for his money.
Absolutely.
Which is where you see that deck struggle. But now that, I mean, when it's not the focus and the deck can allow itself to get to this high ink level, it becomes really hard. You know what I mean? If you're Eric, you really needed that Merfolk and Queen's Castle turn to pop off to secure that victory. And the fact that got completely snuffed out, Oh, that's brutal.
This is tough though because now Travis is being allowed to set up. He's now chaining the fishbone quills. He was able to get a second Hiram out, so he's going to be able to quest off of that soon and start drawing even more cards as he pulls things with Tamatoa. It's a little dicey here for Eric suddenly.
Yeah. Go ahead and quest with the Scar, and go ahead and pass the turn. It looks like over to Eric. Eric gonna go ahead and draw. Eric not liking that draw too much. Gonna grab 4 or use 4 to play the rabbit because what else has he got to do? And he's gonna sing Friends on the other side, which is good. That lets him replenish his hand.
One of the best cards he probably could have gotten.
So 2 and then 2.
He has another Friends.
Mm-hmm. And another Ursula.
Exactly. But again, Scar exists, so you have to be considerate of that too.
I see the moments like this where it almost feels like a little bit more discard. Like with Ursula, she can sing so many songs. Like Sudden Chill seems like a decent song, and to be able to to kind of nuke that hand a little bit more, because I feel like if he could just have whittled him down just a little bit more, maybe he wouldn't have as many options.
And again, like I've said before, this is where the lack of removal is really gonna hurt Eric, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Tamatoa, Scar. How do you deal with these threats on an already established board? I mean, Travis has unlimited card draw now, so it's just really hard.
Yeah, Eric had a great way to replenish his hand. He's sitting at 8 cards in his hand right now, but it's it feels a lot like too little, too late.
Gonna ink the fox here.
Really limited on the options here. I feel like you play the blade.
Again, just gonna have to try to go wide and survive your opponent's next couple turns. I mean, Tamatoa is still only at 1 lore, but it's not going to be like that for long if you're not careful. Or he could drop a bell at any moment. Gonna kill the Ursulas with Scar, which only makes sense.
That Tamatoa right now, bringing back the fishbone and allowing Hiram to constantly be getting rid of it is crazy.
There we go again.
Just constant card
loop,
draw.
that loop is just really powerful.
Oh, gonna use it before he loses it. Bam. 2 more cards. A Let It Go and a Lady Tremaine. Good gosh. All right, so we're gonna throw down. It looks like probably 6 for a Lady Tremaine. I'm sorry, Madame Medusa, not Lady Tremaine.
In which case...
Oh? Is that 5 for a Let It Go? No,
Okay.
he's 4 and 2. That's 6.
So it's Tremaine, you said?
I think it's a Medusa. Oh, well, he's changing his mind a little bit. And then Scar sings Let It Go. It's exactly right.
Yep.
So it's going to push Goat or Rabbit into the Inkwell, still allowing him to get the card draw off of it. And now he has the ability to
Did
get
he draw
rid of
4th
the
Friends off of that? That's crazy.
Yeah, it hit crazy on the Friends. Oh
And
my gosh.
The dragon.
Oh my gosh. Eric's laughing because he knows that's a rough board. He's staring down the barrel right now.
So Travis is questing to 15 next turn. We might see a game 3 here, ladies and gentlemen.
I definitely think... Sorry. Oh, excuse me. I definitely think Travis has a really good understanding of how to pilot this deck because he stays super calm when it's really crazy, and then he's able to come back as quick as possible. I think that this game would have been a shutout if it wasn't for Eric having those aggro intros.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you said it at the beginning, Ruby Sapphire, it might be the best deck in the meta. It's so good, but Eric's deck might be the average Joe deck that you could pick up and probably learn how to play it pretty quick and do pretty well with it, whereas Travis's might have a little bit more of a learning curve.
Yeah, I think it's really early. Its only blind spot is the lack of removal for big threats, right? Now something like a Mother Knows Best or Cloud Kicker would be really good in most situations, but when your opponent's fully ramped and has 15 ink, it doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day, especially when you have things like Maleficent in play, like Scar, that you don't really want to have their trigger come back in play again. So how do you deal with that? It's really hard for this deck.
And this is one of those things where the best of 3 format versus the best of 2 format it makes a massive difference on how these games play out, because the best of 2 format, then you're looking at the winning on the play versus the draw. It makes a big difference, whereas here now you have Eric. He has that advantage going into round 3. He's going to be on the play. He's going to be able to do a little, if he gets that Ursula off on turn 2 this time, now he stops the ramp in its tracks, and that was what was so effective for him on the first game. Alright, so we got a Sorceress. Okay. Gonna Tamatoa back to the hand. Very good. At least slow down that card draw engine a little bit.
For sure. And then he's going to be questing for 6 this turn, so that brings him to 14. That's automatically a 2-turn clock. So we'll see if that is what he ends up deciding to do here. Because nothing can really comfortably attack into Travis's board, right? I mean, you got 5 willpower,
It's a race.
6 willpower. Scar's the only thing that's hurt right now, and Travis just got to play something else. And
hey, Tamatoa, what a surprise! Play the Popsicle quest with Hiram. Oh, this deck is nuts. It's so flowy once it goes, man. Because you're just flush with options if you're Travis at this point. I mean, you have options for days.
Absolutely. All right, gonna simply quest with Hiram again. Go to 10, kill the Popsicle, draw some cards.
All the be prepared.
Yeah, I guess everything. Let it go. And this is the danger when you can't close out the game in those earlier turns against this deck. It will just dominate the later half.
And there's another 4, so he is going to get that full 6 off the turn. Going to go up to 14. Now he has the lead over Eric. It is crucial for Eric to make perfect plays with perfect draws, and I don't know if he has the cards in hands.
Yeah, threatening lethal from Travis here. Eric kind of looking over, seeing if he has any way to get out of this. And I don't think he does.
I mean, you quest with Chernobog. You get rid of it. You draw the card. You see if you have any other options. That's the first thing you do. You sing Friends on the Other Side with Maleficent. Get more options. Have all your ink still. At least have chance. Get all the choices you have on the board. Because I mean, the 4 damage that they're doing isn't gonna make the difference right now. You need way more than that.
Yeah. Because then you also have to worry about how do you get rid of Maleficent? You probably end up having a Mother Knows Best it, but then it comes back in until something next turn. Because Travis is threatening lethal here, and especially with Tamatoa in play, all he needs is a couple items, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Even with removal. So I think you probably try if you're Eric here with no time limit, but I think this is going to be going to a game 3.
Yeah, it looks like it. Because what cards does he have? I mean, he's going to get, it's a 6. So he's going to be able to get rid of the Maleficent with Rafiki, but, okay. He's going to put 6 on Tamatoa, who is not exerted, which is not possible. So we're going to do it on the Maleficent. It'll trade with Rafiki.
I mean, that's a pretty damn good trade.
Yeah, for sure. 2, 4, 5 with an item.
Going to trade the Chernobog's followers for the Scar.
Okay. I think that was a good play by doing the Maleficent thing first and keeping your character on the board, because you have the option extra, but if you have the Maleficent.
Now, I'm just noticing, does Travis have any cards in hand?
Doesn't look like it.
That could be really
they're off to the side.
Okay.
He has plenty of cards. Holy crap, he has so many cards.
I was going to say.
Oh, man, he fooled me.
That might be it right there. We'll see.
Yeah. Lucky Dime. So Automatoa will quest, bringing back another thing.
Yep, and that's yep. So we're gonna go to Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 of the final round here at Versus Games in Oviedo, Florida, for this set championship.
Sheesh. That was a really, really tough matchup right there. I think that Travis had to stay super duper duper focused and calm under pressure because, like, right there, you're staring down the barrel of a defeat. You're both getting a playmat, which at this point, that's good. But you do want the one with the extra text on it if you got all this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to be also just the bragging rights to say I was set champion on the first official round of competitive play of organized play for the Lorcana tournament.
All right. So getting ready to go into this next one. Both players really conscious about how their mulligan's going to look. You know, if you're Travis, 100% you want that Queen of Hearts in your opening hand, as well as your one jump ahead popsicle. Well, there's Queen of Hearts. There was a fishbone, I believe a popsicle. That is a, man, I need some of Travis's luck with pulling on these opening hands, man. He's doing so good. Only going to give away 3 cards, it looks like.
Really coming down to the wire here.
Gonna keep them
The
out.
mulligan game,
Oh.
especially against Sapphire, is so important for Emerald Amethyst here for sure.
All right, so he just mulliganed away 4, but I almost saw him get rid of that queen, which is crazy.
I mean,
There's no way.
I don't know. Like, Queen is really good.
All right, so
Looks like I see a be at least one be prepared.
which you're Travis, you don't want to see that right now because you're kind of assuming he's got that Ursula Deceiver, and that's rough.
I'm seeing
Oh,
Deceiver of All.
inking a goat and passing. A horrible start for Eric in this matchup. That's terrible.
It
Oh, and there's the ooh.
I mean, you got Curse Merfolk and you got Flynn. I mean, it's not.
It's just, you know, and you need that early lore. 2 lore from the beginning could be all it takes. You know what I mean?
Gonna see a Flynn Rider here. Yeah, I mean, again, I've been saying it all day long. I sound like a broken record, but these early turns are gonna set the pace for the rest of the round. And it's game 3 here, so it's like this is it. This is for all the marbles. This is for everything that we've come here today to compete for. He has a second Deceiver of All, so he inked 1, but he played the second one. Gonna quest with Flynn, go to 2 right off the gate.
Okay.
Not a bad start. He didn't have a turn 1 play, but overall, so far, not a bad start at all from Travis. Or from Eric. Travis either, but Travis hasn't really done much yet. We'll see what he does this turn. Got that Fishbone Quill. That's what you want. Does he have the Harem in hand?
So with 2 be prepareds, I would have used a be prepared for the fishbone, but I think he's wanting to mitigate the effectiveness of the deceiver.
Yep.
If he does have it. We're gonna use 2 and then another 2, drawing the deceiver, which is what he wanted, getting the huge value out of the Ursula with the friends on the other side.
On turn 4, he just drew 4 cards from 1 card.
Yeah,
For
you
0
replaced
ink.
all the cards you spent. You know what I mean? Getting to that point, pretty much.
I mean, man, that is a great combo if you can get it off this early. Gonna quest again. Go to 4 for Eric. What does he do here? He has a lot of options. He has multiple. Okay, gonna play that Deceiver, getting rid of one of the Be Prepareds. But he does have he has 2 Hirems.
And another fishbone.
Yeah, that is a disgusting start from Travis right there. Absolutely fantastic hand.
Yeah, so he's gonna go ahead and get rid of that popsicle, draw 2 cards, easy peasy for turn 4. But then that leaves Eric free to do 2, 4, 6, 7. Ooh, it's another strong start from Eric, man.
I mean, I think he realizes at this point, I at least have 1 more turn before Be Prepared becomes a thing, and ramp is going to happen so frequently that I have to just go wide while I can. Get at least 1 quest in with these guys.
Yeah.
And if he can find a way to bounce the Ursula, he won't even have to worry about the Be Prepared.
Yeah. 100%. Ooh,
That
that's
is a
one.
good card, though. Gonna attack the Ursula, I'm assuming.
I think he's gonna go for the flank because he
Really?
get the kill.
He has to discard then. He's gonna discard.
Yep. Gonna go ahead and discard a
Hiram. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yep. You already got him. Why not? Queen stays on the field. There
So
we
that
go.
makes his hand something. What did he ink with Fishbone? Looks like he. So he looks like he has a Hiram. I think he inked the other Fishbone with Fishbone. So he
Okay.
has Hiram and Be Prepared in hand.
So we're gonna quest, probably bounce and play it. Mother knows best it. That feels less good. I think that's exactly what he's gonna do, though. Yeah, Mother knows best it because he wants to avoid the be prepared. So Mother knows best. You play the Ursula back down, and then you quest for another 4 that round, puts you at 9, and then takes away any potential for a be prepared. He's trying to figure out. He's been baited by that twice. Does he do it again? Oh, he's gonna sing it with the Ursula though. That's a good one. So Hiram and Ursula coming down, and she's gonna come down again. He did. Oh,
That was
baited him
fantastic.
twice, and then didn't do it the third time. And Eric just said, "You know what? I'm just gonna stick with what works." You know what I mean? Very easy to get like sidetrack, like to
Yeah.
get into your own head about it.
Just gonna turn sideways, quest for 3 more, go to 8. And now he can play Hiram and quest and get rid of that Fishbone while having a quest for it. But I mean, man, that was a phenomenal set of sequencing there for Eric. Really, completely shifting the board state, getting rid of the Be Prepared.
Both.
Yeah, got rid of both Be Prepared. So Travis is really kind of has to find something.
Mother knows best should be on the bottom of
Yes,
the deck.
that is true. We should probably fix
Yeah,
that. Game
can we
soon.
go throw that down? We're gonna go put that into the bottom of the deck. Luckily, that's a very small, small thing. We have not seen a deck out today. I do not see this game going to one.
Gonna play down the Medusa. All right. Gonna play down the Medusa, get rid of that big Ursula. But Eric's putting on so much pressure. I don't know if it's gonna be enough.
Doom, 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 doom.
Already putting in Travis on a 2-turn clock.
All right. So Travis last time, Eric was at 12 and then was not able to get past 12. So still not into the quite danger zone yet, but we're knocking on the door because he's going to be able to get 5 lore this time. That's 13.
Yep.
Maybe we got some
And
goat action.
I think Travis is essentially in top deck mode now.
Ursula.
He has the Hiram in hand, but he doesn't really want to get rid of the Fishbone Glow because he's only at 7 ink.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough.
You don't have any options though with that.
Yeah,
little
I mean,
cards.
you
Yeah,
have to,
yeah.
right?
It's just
You
you
mean-
get rid of it.
Is your mic on your head? Hello, are you hearing us okay?
Yeah, the mic's actually just on a it's like a mic, the Blue Yeti mic that's on the table. So
I mean, you stood up for a second.
Yes, I did stand up to stretch. That might be what it was.
Yep.
I apologize for the scuffed audio.
Does it sound okay now, chat? Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
you stood up. That's all.
you are not
There's a-
allowed to
there's a-
stand up.
there's a
No
noise suppressor.
standing.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a noise suppressor on this. That's why.
Got you. I apologize, chat.
All right, so interesting state here. The lore right now, I believe, is still at 8-0, which
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
okay,
13-0.
sorry,
So
he
we did
gained,
miss
he
that
gained.
5 that he gained from that
You
last one.
gained. Might be, chat. Might be. We're all sleepy. Everyone, drink your Red Bulls now.
Think if I
That,
have
that was
another
a
one,
double develop your brain off that develop your brain. So just 3 in a row.
his brain is so is so wrinkly. All right, so only 1 ink left. Still has that Fishbone, but he doesn't really want to have to get rid of it. Ooh.
Again, attacking into the Flynn Rider, having to discard for each of these attacks is just, it's a lot.
And then letting him go. Oh my gosh.
I think
Oh my gosh.
that is so dangerous.
1, 2, 3, 4,
6,
5. That puts him at 18.
18.
Oh, that's
A
so
goat
risky.
and we can win.
That's so risky.
Does he have the goat and a way to bounce it is the question.
Dude, Eric is putting on a clinic with this green purple deck.
Gonna play. Okay, we don't have it this turn, but draw with Maleficent.
Kit Cloud Kicker, a Ursula Deceiver of All, and a Friends on the other side.
Nothing you really want to kit in this situation.
Definitely not. I mean, maybe the
The
Hiram.
Hiram, because then he has to commit all the ink to hardcast it.
All right, there goes that inking or lore up to 18.
Eric has to be praying, please don't have anything, please.
All right, so we have a Hiram, a Maui, a Medusa. So we're definitely going to have to draw and hope. We're inking Hiram away, the Fishbone Quill. Oh, what was that last card? I didn't see it. I got a Maui and the
Scar. Scar is so good in this situation. Probably the best card you could have drawn.
Yeah,
honestly.
100%. Either that or Be Prepared, but Scar is fantastic as like a
Be
fallback.
Prepared I think would be better because you still have that untapped Maleficent to deal with. But man, that is a good top deck.
Eric's he's feeling so good right now though, because you can take out everything pretty much, right? You get the
You take out
Rafiki,
everything, but you
take
have
out
to
1, 2,
discard
3,
for the curse.
Yep.
And you have to let your opponent draw for the rabbit. So that neither of those things feel particularly.
Is he gonna draw for the rabbit? I wonder if he gets it this turn.
Yeah, he has to remember the trigger.
Oh, hey,
And
he did it.
Does he get the goat? Is the question.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If he just drew that off the top, I mean, Eric is in a unbelievably good spot for this. He is at 19 with just needing a goat, which does not have it. But he has Friends on the other side. He can ink cat. No, he can't do both.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, he can sing Friends on the other side with Melissa, but you don't do that. You quest with her for sure, for sure. There's no point in risking it.
So gonna play kick Hiram.
No, you got to quest with Maleficent.
Well, obviously,
yeah,
yes.
for sure. I'm just like, he hasn't done it yet. I get all stressed out.
Okay, he's doing it here, 19. I don't think he has it, man. He has to let Travis have the next turn.
But this is a good one. But I mean, I'm sorry. That's a wrap. He's cooked.
If you have Be Prepared and you can stabilize, but you always are at risk of a goat.
Even I mean, there's too many things you have to worry about right now. You have to Be Prepared, and then worry about the goat, and then you have to worry about the next turn, and then the next turn, and then the next turn. You're at 2, and it's 19. Let's go ahead and just get those championship mats ready on Eric's side.
I just don't want. It's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say.
Well,
so. And that's game. It is over. Eric Famulara with Emerald Amethyst is your set champion here today in Oviedo, Florida.
Absolutely goated, I will say. That was a fantastic show out with that deck. I love to see it. I definitely think that it has so many answers to a lot of the key stuff in the meta to where you may not have to worry about steal if you can mitigate them with that Ursula Deceiver, but you better make sure
there's
that you
the champion
the
playmat, the prize of the day.
Now the real question, are either one of them going to open it right now?
Yeah.
Look at it. Highly doubt that. I told my fiance if I got one, I'm putting it in